Hey everyone, Hussein here. In this episode we're gonna set sail finally for the first time to do our quest that is in London, and in the previous episode we have mostly covered about the remaining facilities within the town that can help you out. As you can see here, quite a lot of topics covered, so these videos still remain pretty long in the episode, which I apologize for that, and I hope I can make the episodes become shorter. Without further ado, let's carry on to prepare for the sailing and see how far we get within this episode. Let's go! Alright, we are back at the docks. Let's check one more time. Our durability is fine, our crew is fine as well. We have maximum figure. We have some finger food to survive. And we have plenty of supplies that, as I have shown to you, we are ready to set sail. You will see a summary of it from your supplies that you have, the condition of your ship, and everything looks okay. The weather shows what the weather currently is within the nearby sea of the port. Auto navigation is something that we'll talk about later. Let's set sail. Now the instruction is given out travel through sea. You can see the compass on the right below here, where you currently are, and you can also see the wind direction that is going towards us. And changing the direction, like with the double clicking to NPC or objects to interact, by double clicking the point where you want to go, you steer automatically towards that direction. And this is what you're gonna do when we go to London. And it is something important to know, especially for those who have been playing this game for a long time but have only returned recently. Auto sailing was only doable when you had sail handling skill. Which is now became a passive skill, but which makes auto sailing now automatically active, so you don't have to manually adjust your sail, which is a good thing that Korea has done. Now we are here, and I want to move. We want to go to London, so I'm gonna point my mouse here, double click, and here we go. You can see some other ships here. Everything with a light green name on it are NPCs basically. And here you see other NPCs around here as well. On the compass here on the right you can see the wind direction, and you can drag the screen to adjust the compass, and as you can see we have currently headwind. But because we have a bark with vertical sails, we don't suffer as much penalty as the ones that has horizontal build. We steer to the left. Also, you can also use the 4 basic controls that I've shown in the guild to adjust your direction by holding A to steer to the left or D to the right, but that one is a bit more complicated to use. And here you can see that you're going in full speed with your ship. You can adjust the speed by clicking here, which makes you go slower to the point that you become slower, and if you go any further down you anchor the ship and you stop moving. And if you want to go to full speed again, simply click on here. We see another player. Now we can see the whole London at the horizon. Let's go over here. Oh yeah, you can check here the number of days you are sailing. The days are here scaled in minutes. So it shows the amount of minutes you have spent so far at sea. And here you can look back at the supplies that you have and the timber and the munition. And every day some of the ducats will be consumed because you have to pay. The sailors aren't working for free for you, so you have to pay some of their salaries. The amount you pay is just 1 ducat per sailor, if I'm not mistaken. By pointing the mouse, you can see the amount of days you're sailing, which sea area you are, and the sun. Whenever you reach a certain border of the sea, you will enter into a new sea area, which you will see soon. Yeah, you will see this dialogue often appearing also when you switch to a different sea area. I would usually skip those. You can always check them back at the Sailor's Guide under the record, so in case you end up skipping it, you can always look it back here. And it was mentioning about sea battles, so you can always check there. Now it's been 5 minutes. That's pretty long from going from Amsterdam to London, but we are starting with an Explorer Barca, so it's not the fastest, even the fastest out there. As you can see, as day passes, sailors' fatigue also starts to increase. Always make sure to keep a watch on your fatigue, and you can see the yellow bar showing up here. Now we are at London. We can now double click, and here we are. We have done our first voyage. We are at London and we have gained some adventure XP. The amount of XP you get is based on your the amount of distance you have taken. Now we are here. You can check the towns by right clicking here to the map, and you can see how the layout looks like of London. And we want to be at the commercial districts because we have to be in this church. You see 2 churches here, so I can imagine some of you may be confused which one to take, but from my experience, when I did this quest, I had to go to this church, so you're gonna go to the commercial district. And we have a discovery and level up! Ladies and gentlemen, that is when you see this, you always get the vibe of feeling that how great it is to level up for the first time. And as you can find your level back that has gone up, and you can see the next XP requirement. As the higher level you get, you need more XP to go to the next level. And what you have noticed here, after my adventure went up, the amount of figure cap is also increased. For each level that you get from either adventure, trade, or battle, the amount of figure cap will increase as well, allowing you to use skills for much longer without the need of figure food for some time. And if I'm mistaken, we have also extra skill slot now. Yes. As I've shown early on the table on the first episode, our total level went to 2, so the amount of skills that we can acquire has raised to 13, so we can take 5 more skills with us. Oh yes, in case you are still not, for those who are still not sure, in case you have any confusion, you can use the quest hint, and the icon shows on this map. This icon will show on the map, and by clicking on it, you teleport to towards that area. Now we talk to the bishop. Must be talking about the one that removed from my patient. I think we should. Now it all hints us to interact with the book stands. And that's behind us. We double click on the book stands. And now we have all the necessary information we need. We have all the clues. And when you open the crew question, you will see that the location is shown here. You can see the instruction is given here, where to use your search skill to get the discovery. Search skill is basically used to appease discoveries like relics, fossils, or any treasure that you can find. But it has also other purposes as well, which I will explain later with the skill. But first, we have to know where the discovery is, and for that we actually need observe skill, which we currently don't have with us. We can check the location if we can learn it, and it can be learned from an Amsterdam Adventure GM, which I totally forgot to do that. So in case you can learn observe skill early, make sure to do that. We're gonna check on the item shop if there's an item available that can serve as observe skill. Some consumable items has this effect. Let's have a look if no, it's not offered. Offered here as well. Okay, that's a sad. Now we have to go back all the way to the church. And I know that this coffee is behind here. Usually when you use observe skill, something will shine and you will see usually the yellow glow appearing, which I will show you when we take the next quest. You're gonna use search skill here. Ta-da! And we have completed the quest and we received an item. So you can check on an inventory and you can see that we have received an accessory that gives plus skill booster, which you can see +1 art skill. Some equipment can provide plus skill boosters, which can be very helpful for certain quests or doing a trade or doing or performing better in battles, etc. You can equip this as well. You have noticed now that you receive some of those equipment that has an effect on it. Especially, mostly accessories. Accessories that has effect like the fatigue recovery or other effects. These equipments won't lose durability, and unlike other equipments which does when you spend a certain amount of time at sea or when you are doing battle, etc., or having a disaster, but this won't be affected. The only way this may lose durability is when we basically use it, the equipment. And we're gonna relieve our fatigue here. We used it and sailor's fatigue is recovered, but you will see now that the amulet has lost its durability. That is how accessory with effect can lose their durability from it. And there is a skill that can reduce this chance, which I will come back later to it. But we are done with the quest here, and you can check here the quest as well. The quest is completed, and we can report it to the guildmaster, to the adventure mediator at Amsterdam. You can see that abandon has been grayed out, which happens if you have completed the quest, so you cannot abandon it anymore, so you have to report it. Now before we go to Amsterdam, we have actually some trade goods with us which we have purchased earlier, which are those Western books. I hope we have some luck with the market rates. We can talk to the market keeper here. Oh, price of sundries are plummeting. This means that we have no luck here. So as you can see, the price in London is terrible. Someone has crashed the market with sundries, and the Western books falls under that category, so the rates are terrible. If you try to sell it, you can see the profit is in minus, which means that you make a loss out of it and you won't get any trade XP. You cannot check the market rates here because you lacked a certain skill for that, which I will come back into later. But we can sell these trade goods into to another port, which I hope is not being crashed. Now before we go to Amsterdam, let's see if there is any skill we can learn in London that can be helpful, such caution skill. London Merge GM, but we lack the trade skill for it in order to use it. And steering is also not accessible yet. But Spanish is something important in the beginning in order to interact with NPCs in the Iberia region. Same for Italy. I don't know why these languages are provided, because we are with the introduction of Sagres, you actually only go to the area and you don't get the. And the ports near the Sagres, you need the language in order to understand them. Like, sure, we have body language, but body language does consume figure every time you use it, and it's not a guaranteed success. So you have to use it several times, and with the amount of figure we currently have, it's not. Oh wait, I realized something. I don't think we can talk to him because we don't have formality again. That is a wall that you end up hitting. It's actually, this is normally not a problem, because back at the old school we used to receive those student outfits, which you will see several episodes later how it looks like and why these student outfits can be helpful. Now, our next destination is going back to Amsterdam, but before we do that, let's check our supplies again. You can see some of our supplies used when we were sailing. Everything looks fine here. We set sail. Sail handling skill is being shown, and that is what I want to explain as well. Sail handling is automatically used when you're sailing, and increase your sailing speed as the rank goes up. Proficiency is based on the distance you take, the amount of distance you do it, or the amount of time you spend at the sea. I have a memory loss for that. I will put the correction in the notes. And I'm gonna show you another skill, which is surveying skill, which we're gonna use after we visit Dover. Oh yeah, in the compass you see some gray dots here. which represents the ports. So in case you don't know if you're going to the right direction where the ports are, that is how it looks like. But you don't know which port that is in under this. As you can see, London is no longer darkened out because we have discovered the port, and that does all, and that does follow the discovery card list. And this is a discovery that we have made at the church in London under the request of the bishop. We are at Dover, and here you can see a message: ship handling proficiency has increased to 10. What this means is that it shows that the bar of the ship handling proficiency has increased. And this is something that becomes very important when we come to shipbuilding. But for those that wish to understand, ship handling proficiency is basically how familiar you are with the ship, or how much is known about the ship that is being used. So the more the ship is being used for sailing or doing sea battles, etc., the more handling proficiency it gains until it's being capped, which becomes important for the future when it comes to shipbuilding. But let's go to the harbor. As you can see, the port is much smaller than in the capital. It has only 10 market keeper, so we have only one option to land. Hey, yeah, we gained another adventure XP. Our figure went up. Our skills? Not yet. We gained another level, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's hope the market isn't crashed here. You see sometimes this match appearing. It's something I will explain later on. Like you see this currently. You can buy it as in a set, but you can also buy in quantity, and I'm gonna take 3 of those. And another member album is being filled. Oh, a folklore. Now, when you see this guy appearing, you can find it back under discovery and then folklore information. This is something that you don't have to worry about for now, so it's kind of very overwhelming how much the game is throwing at you now, with especially with the new school system. But all I can tell you, just ignore that as well for now. It's not to be concerned right now. But you can see our collection is getting filled. We have another one that falls under the Northern Europe specialties. Now let's see. Aha! The rates for Western books are much better here. No crashes. Now we're gonna try to sell it here, and you can see if you point your mouse to the trade card that you're about to sell, you can see the type of trade card falls under the cost price, which is the amount you pay to purchase them in Amsterdam. This is for this case, and the sell unit. And you can see the sell total, which is given here also in the sell price, and the profit you're gonna make. The amount of profit you make determines also how much trade XP you get. We will come back later into how much you can get actually, especially when we talk about local specialties in the future. But let's make our profit, ladies and gentlemen. And our trade level is level 1. Check our character information, and we received about 48 trade experience. That's actually impressive. So as you can see, our trade level went up as well, and that makes our total level 4. We have increased figure, and I think, yes, our amount of skill slots we can acquire has increased as well. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Since we made extra money out of it, we can purchase this as well. And we can purchase Drive Epic Code. You do see the flannels appearing with the moon symbol. It is something I will we'll discuss later, because it is related about time period area, so which is another topic that I will bring up later. Now we can go to Amsterdam after we made some profit. Aha! Nice timing! Now sometimes they know when to bring up a certain topic. Surveying skill is exactly what we're gonna do. Which is the third skill that is super important, and one of the reasons why I recommend players to start with adventure, because once you activate surveying, it basically shows you another map here above the compass. And unlike the compass, the map is given much more accurately, and you can see the arrow, which is your ship, and the direction that it's going. And the coordinates are being shown here as well, which are very important in the future as we advance further. But what you also can see, the grey dots are being shown as well, and unlike the compass, when you point your mouse, the ports are being shown, which port is which. And as you can see, surveying is a continuously active skill. It won't consume any more figure, but surveying skill, as the rank improves, surveying skill activation duration extends the higher the rank gets, and so it won't be used as frequently, allowing you to save some figure. Now, as you can see, my figure has drained quite a lot, so we're gonna go under customs. Oh, disasters at sea, that is something we bring up later. Oh, these NPC rescue shows up very early. Let's have a look. As you can see, I have used my figure by using the custom slot, pressing the 2 key button and to recover my figure. So we have plenty of figure to go around with. Sometimes you see those rescue icons. You can only see them when you use surveying skill, and that is another thing I like about surveying skill. You can see those NPCs you can rescue. You will talk about this more, but let's see which one. I will show you an example how it's done. I'm not sure if we have the resources to do that. In order to interact with the NPC, we have to drop our anchor. And we get also notification that signal handling proficiency is at 50. At every 50 proficiency value that is reached, the game will notify you. And as you can see, still handling went up above 50 proficiency. NPC talks that she needs help. And this one asks you to haul the ship. Ambush. That is something else to keep in mind. By sailing a certain amount of day, you can be occasionally ambushed by NPCs, which is also known as attack by invisible foe, that you get taught normally at beginners academy. We're gonna try to retreat from the battle. As you can see, we are closed up with a circle around us, which means that we are in a sea battle. Everything outside won't be able to interact with us. I will talk more about how sea battles work, but right now I try to go outside the ring. By doing so, you retreat from the battle, and the sea battle ends basically. Whenever you get ambushed, if you don't have the maritime skills being equipped, try to retreat as you can, and make sure not to receive any critical shots by getting the cannons being hit on your stern or the front. But that is something I will explain more later. So much information is getting thrown already. We are dragging the NPC back to Amsterdam. Our durability, as you can see, has been damaged. We have received a combo hit as well. Every day your ship, every minute passes, your ship durability gets automatically repaired by a small amount, as long as you have some timber. Timber gets barely consumed, I believe by 0.1 if I am not mistaken, so having always timber is important so you can recover automatically, especially if you don't have repair skill. Now I'm not gonna fix durability with carpentry tool yet. I'm gonna show you how you can recover this from the shipwright. Here we are, home sweet home. And NPC gave us a letter of appreciation. This is something that I will come back later as well. But these letters are very useful, so make sure to always save them. I will put them in the captain's bag. Now we want to go to the harbor first before we report the quest, because our ship got damaged through ambush. Also keep in mind you have to pay a certain amount of fee for repairing your ship through the shipwright. As I've mentioned, every port has at least a shipwright, even if there is no shipyard in present. I'm gonna talk to him. Repair. And the hull is basically the durability that it fixes, and depending on the damage, that's the amount of fee you have to pay. And as you can see, I have only lost some small durability, but the bigger the ship gets and more damage it receives, the higher the cost will be. So be sure to we have to be sure that we get repair skill at some point. Now we go to the market first before we report our quest. Hello, sir. Yeah, I have some very awesome trade goods for you. Now the rates aren't that great here. Like it's below 100% market rate, so it has not the best rates to sell. But at least you still make a very small profit. I feel like we're gonna gain another trade level because we need only 2 XP. Yeah, look at that. And the sailor here notifies us about a mission that we have completed. And that is something I want to bring up as well. You have under the record called a challenge mission, which shows in the blue. And here you can see all the challenges here. You can consider this as an achievement in this game. And by having all those achievements, you can claim the rewards. Some achievements are hidden until you progress through the game, or when you have more achievements. As you can see, we have this one unlocked. and we can get a papaya starters pack. I'm not planning to obtain it right now, but if you obtain it, it will appear immediately in your inventory, but we won't do that because I feel like it will give us an extra advantage from the start. I want to show you in the scenario where you don't use those boosters. Now we're gonna see if I can get something nice from the item shop. Oh yeah, there's the dye color where you can change the dye of your hair. And then you have dye stuff and sewing set. Both of them allows you to change the color of your equipment. I will get 2 of these. If you on the consumable use item, and if you're gonna select one of those equipments, you can see you can select the color of it. So let's say, let me get 2 more. Let's say I am tired of my current color of what I'm wearing now. So we have first dark blue, and we want to go to green. And as you can see, our appearance has changed, or the color appearance of the, and we do the same for the Barret. And then the same for the shoes. That is basically how you can change the color of your equipments. Keep in mind that not every equipment has a color change available. So even if you try to select it, it won't show any color changes. Now you can see we have changed our color of what we are wearing now. Let's get back to the Adventures Guild. We see now a new player here that is doing the quest, apparently. Now, with the quest being done, you can report this quest by interacting with the mediator. As you can see, we gained some Adventure XP and Adventure Fey. The first quest that we have completed, and as you have noticed, we have received an endorsement. And this is a topic that is pretty important to talk about. You can store these documents also under here. Oh yeah, I have made a mistake which I probably corrected for editing already, but you can recipes and maps and endorsement are shown here, which can be then stored in the binder. So recipe, maps and endorsements are shown here that can be put into the binder. Now we have received an endorsement, and now we are able to change our job. Our current job is adventure learner, and we want to have a better adventure job for ourselves. We're gonna talk to the guild master. And he is complimenting us the first quest that he have completed. And it explains also all the 2 certain jobs that we can change with our endorsement. And this is important to read for new players especially. You can change the job and for a change job, and what it tells on the second sentence is you can change your job back already with the job that you once had. So what it means is, let's say we're gonna change our job. Let's see which one I will pick. And you can see some job, each job has also certain level requirements as well as total level requirements. So that is where these levels play an important role in order to use certain jobs, and some of them are not accessible, as you can see. Oh yeah, you can see on each job the favorite skill, aside from the level requirement and the cost of it. But you see also for fishing expert skill. So if you change our job to fisher, the fishing skill will appear as expert skill. And we can see the storage skill is also being shown here. And I'm gonna pick this job to show you all. Use endorsement and change job. Are you sure? This basically says that the endorsement will be consumed once we change our job to fisher. And we say yes. And our job has changed. And as you can see, we are now a fisher. You will notice some changes under your skills. And you can see that surveying and search and body language are not longer favored. So the amount of proficiency you need is twice as much, and the maximum rank of these are capped at rank 10. As you can, just one important thing to note, for instance, I received, if you had 10 proficiency out of 100 search on search skill, while it was favored, if it becomes unfavored, the game will correct to get the right ratio again. So. And same applies if any skill is beyond rank 10 and while being favored, and if it becomes unfavored, the max rank remains 10, but the game will keep you the data about the proficiency you gained beyond rank 10, just to keep that in mind. You can see now that the fishing skill is now expert skill, which means that with expert skill, the rank is now, maximum rank is 16, and we get a +1 booster once we take the skill. We can also see that procurement, collection, biology, and storage skill are favored as well. And storage skill is something that is super important to take. And as you can see with favorite skill, no requirements in order to learn it, so you don't need pre-skill requirements or certain level requirements to learn it. So we're gonna get fishing, we're gonna get storage skill, and we will grab biology as well. Recognition is pretty important too. Your procurement is something that I can show you when we set sail again. Why this can be helpful. As you can see, the sailor tells us that we have another achievement almost. And this is what I wanted to tell you about this skill, allowing you to get a yellow glow when you are in the right area where the discovery is. I totally forgot to take the skill in Amsterdam, so I feel completely stupid for not doing so. Now, with that being done, as you can see, we have now way more skills in our possession. And some of those skills are super important. And we first start with the storage skill. Storage skill is something that you will automatically get at the start of the game when you are starting as a trader. Storage skill is basically a skill that lessens the damage of your possession money when you get sunken, or in case you get plundered, the damage can be eased. But it also plays an important role for preservation production, and it also reduces the chance that your equipment lose your ability over time, and it has way more purposes that I will explain later about it. Fishing skill is something that is also very essential, especially when you are just starting, which you will see soon why. As you can see, because fishing is an expert skill, not only is the maximum rank then 16 later if you reach that point, but it gets also +1 booster on it. And then we have also recognition skill, and that is something that is also used for discoveries, but except it's then focused for historical sites or religious sites, or for geographic or astronomy, etc. These are the type of discovery you can make by using this skill. And as I've mentioned before, you can also use this as flotsam to search for dropped items at the sea. And biology is a skill, is one of the discovery category skill that which represents the knowledge you have in that field, which is required to appease higher difficulty discovery quests related to biology. So, with that being explained, we have to take a second quest. And the reason why we have to take another quest before we can get to Sagres is because that is actually the hidden requirement that we need in order to get the port permit to access to Sagres. And one person has made a video about which I will put a link in the description in case that video is around, which I highly recommend to watch, which does cover an aspect when you start as a maritimer. We go to talk to the mediator and check for quests. As you can see, there's no discovery related quest here. But as you can see, this one is something I'm gonna take, which so this quest asks us to open a route where you can where they want to unlock a trade route for Amsterdam to Calais. And here you see the mediator making a remark, which shows that this quest has an expiration rate, and you can see the remaining days is 14 days. So after 14 days, aka 40 minutes of sailing, if we don't make it to the destination in time, then it means that the quest will be automatically cancelled, and it means the quest has failed. But we're gonna make sure to make it there in time. Well, we have covered quite a lot again, from sailing from Amsterdam to London to do the quest and making some basic profits. And I never expected that we would have NPC Rescue this early on, so quite some topics being covered here, so therefore the episode has been quite long, which I apologize again for it. But I hope it is a worth time that for new players to understand the game step by step. I hope you enjoyed watching the episode where we set sail for its first time, which we definitely do in the next episode again, with the longer distance that we're gonna take. Until then, have a great day, and until next time, cheers!